Hello, everybody, to the Earthbound Super Stream PK Scramble stream. My name is Derrick, and I have a lovely commentator, Ori. Say hello.
Hello.
I hope that you all are excited for this race, because I know I certainly am. Before they get started, let's talk about flag sets. We have a max item level of 40 and a 20% PSI learn level. Ori, can you explain what that means?
Sure. So basically, the item level describes the level of the items. That's very helpful, right? So for context, that's a very low max item level. So we're not going to find great items. There's no chance we're going to find that big league bat this seed. Jeff items, we might find like a bazooka. I think the very tippy top is a BBR. So that's kind of the idea of items we're going to find. PSI learn level, we're going to learn all kinds of stuff.
That we are. So be super excited for that as we get started. Ooh, excellent Onett house and deep green grass.
Jade grass. Good lord.
It really is. Looks like BuzzBuzz is going to teach us how to go to Dalam.
I could have told you that.
That feels like a very on-brand, kind of feels like it's been a thing that's been consistent. It's Dalam, it feels like. You're going to take a couple flights going up the hill, get a couple levels, and already learning some PSI.
This is really something I should choose to do more often. I like skipping all these early fights, and I'm like, oh boy, going fast, and then I just die to the first thing I fight.
The crows outside end up getting you. I get you. So a good possibility for Dalam is to go ahead and do all of these checks up here. So Liar Aggregate House where JSR is at, and then the Meteorite, and then you can warp to Dalam, grab your kid, and then go warp down to South Onett if that's in the cards for you, depending upon what else you get here.
Saturn Valley.
Ooh. So Saturn Valley's good right now, but it's not great. It does prevent one check, so we can all be happy that we don't have to take the 3 tunnel. I want to see some rejoicing in chat here. The 3 tunnel is not really enjoyed, I would say. So it does give us that possibility. And there's a pencil racer.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Maybe the kid we get will open up something else for us.
One can only hope right now. So is it Vanilla Poo? Yeah, of course.
Oh, it is. No Buffbird.
Buffbird has been a fan favorite this season.
Buffbird would be a nice find, actually, with these settings.
It really would. Now, will we get an inventory check? Police badge. That's not a bad item, honestly.
Yeah, so alright, so that gives the pencil eraser some more value. Then we can also go to Happy Happy, so we actually have a path to one sank.
That is true. Now, we are probably going to get a Place of Nothingness check. Definitely on DanielRGT's side. It's a smart check to do. It's a long check. It's easy to mess up. Let's put it that way.
I've seen it.
I've done it. There's nothing worse than sitting through the entire thing or cutting it short just before it ends, having to walk all the way back up, and then walk all the way back down and sit all the way through it again. You know the entire time you're going, I feel like a jerk.
Yep. Well, you want to go fast, you get race nerves, you decide to mash with B as well.
You're checking chat, you're checking Twitter, you know.
It's your time to catch up, after all.
That's what Tessie's for, too, right?
I do actually use these cutscenes as a way to, gather my thoughts and decide what I want to do next.
It's true. we will be going to Tucson at some point, but not via police badge. We did get the warp to it. So that you no longer have to do the police check. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to take the gauntlet of fights. Who uses the cutscene to gather thoughts? That's true.
Thankfully, I don't get my limbs all torn off while I'm gathering my thoughts, usually.
That's what Twitter's for.
Ooh,
key to the shack.
Yeah, it's our second sync.
Yes, it is. So here's the question, okay? You're in Onet. You only have 2 more checks. You have Arcade and you have Shack. Having got the key this early, do you go do the Sanctuary now, or do you do it later?
Yeah, there are definitely 2 different schools of thought on that. And I like putting off sanctuaries until I have a bunch of levels and stuff. Until I bonk off of some check and then I say, okay, I guess it's time for levels. I guess I'll go do a sanctuary.
That's fair. It does look like skipping Arcade might be a good idea, though, at the very least.
Yeah, that was rough.
So we have fed the Apple Kids, so we get to see what item they have. Potentially, it could be something good, could be something not great.
It's necessary. I guess if you're gonna do Geigas.
True. Also, counterpoint, they already have Saturn Valley. Go check it. Get another warp. Not a bad option.
Yeah, that's one of those, yeah, you may as well kind of things. That's how I feel about most of what I'm going to call the free checks. Any check where you don't have to fight a boss or take a really long trip, you might as well just knock it out and see what's there.
Truth. We see some front of the Skyrunner checks. You can actually check it from the back, I learned recently.
Look like winners.
I looked away to check the tracker.
Yep, winners.
Excellent.
It's winners. And Daniel's gonna take a walk with that pencil eraser. So fairly different routes so far. Daniel did nope out of the fight behind where Frank is supposed to be, though.
Can't blame them. They were hitting pretty hard today. Interesting to take the full walk to Happy. The water bills at Winter's Check.
Yeah, that's significant. That's another kid.
Yeah, it really is. And Leslie, you are absolutely correct. Route Divergence is excellent. It's entertaining, and it gets us a little bit of wider berth to know roughly where the seed is taking us.
Yeah, it's commentary. We'll learn seed real fast.
Gotta avoid that UFO though.
Those enemies are awful for that trash can just giving a cookie. Just saying. It's like bottom of the barrel items. I know items are scaled way down, but that is like just trash.
Right. But you do have to say, at least it's food for an Apple Kid check if you haven't done it already. But unfortunately, JSR has, so it's kind of pointless.
Daniel, despite the low item level, is still going to try to find some items.
I'd like to point out, JSR just got Brain Shock. That early poo is not bad.
You get one, use it wisely.
Everybody gets one.
Ooh. Brain food lunches at the stand. That's a big find, especially with these settings.
That is true.
I mean, and yeah, take this fight. Either Frank kills you real fast and you're out of here, or you beat Frank and get levels, whatever.
True. It is true. Looks like getting the levels. And Diamond Dog is down. What will the mayor have?
Carrot Key.
Ooh.
That's a third sanctuary.
That's spicy. Looks like Paula, or no, Buffbird. Buffbird. What item?
Buffbird. He probably won't see Buffbird. You have the UFO engine. So we do know a path to get there, but the runners combined don't.
Truth. Now, with items scaled all the way down, if you get the key, do you come back for Buffbird? Or do you just let Buffbird hang out in jail?
With PSI scaled down and having Pooh, I think I would probably leave him in jail. Sorry, Buffbird. In a race. In a regular seed for fun, I'd absolutely go get him. But it depends. If I felt like I was struggling, if I really wanted a boost, I would go back for him. It's not that far out of the way.
No. So JSR is going to have the capability of grabbing Giant Step. Having cleared out all of Onet, it looks like
he's going right for it.
Yeah. At a certain point, it just kind of makes sense. You will never have to step foot back in Onet whatsoever.
JSR equipping that travel charm, eh? It's 50% paralysis and diamondization resist, if you really want.
Truth.
You do. You get 2 Ari points if you go back and get Buffbird when he's clearly not necessary. Absolutely.
Look, Giant Step looks like it's a great choice today.
Daniel's putting together the pieces here. He may actually take that UFO engine.
True.
Ooh, how many points to go back to Onet and buy the house? Your number of points depends on how far out of the way it is and how you pronounce Onet. 1 TT. 1.
Okay. I would also speculate, and here's my point. You get the infinity points if you go back, you buy the house, and you still win. At that point, take the points you want.
Back in the day, Felix and I actually raced by the house percent. And he played through the game normally, and I stayed in Peace Forest Valley and farmed Meteotites. And it was actually like a really close race, like within a few minutes.
I like it.
Whoa, Nettie. I can't forget Andy.
Daniel is going to go to 3, go ahead and snag their kid, and probably do UFO engine.
I would think, I mean, you're already in there, like, it's never going to be more on the way.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, just a small walk up to the the northeast graveyard. You're just there all the time, right?
As you do.
If you're me, you actually unironically accidentally go there. Daniel,
so far, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go for it.
I was just going to say, we're 14 minutes into the seed, and both runners are more or less basically tied. Nobody's really made any big mistakes or has any huge advantage over the other yet.
No. My guess is that JSR is going to go ahead. I missed where he was warping. Pink Cloud, okay. That was not where I was going to say anything, so... Pink Cloud's not a bad check. There is the question of, would it have been not a terrible idea to warp to Tucson and go ahead and grab some exit mic? Just so you can warp out.
You'd probably wind up using the other one somewhere useful, so you could. Personally, I think we saw the wad of bills on JSR. I think he knows that he could get a third kid. That is the one thing I would do different, but I think will still work out.
Oh yeah, I mean you got to do the sanctuary regardless.
And then it's Ness's nightmare. Oh, the Thunder Omega, I love it. So for those that don't know, because it rarely ever comes up, Thunder's Alpha and Beta are a weaker form of Thunder. Thunder's Gamma and Omega are a stronger form of Thunder. I mean, they do 1, 2, 3, 4 hits each, but 3 and 4, Gamma and Omega, also do more damage when they hit.
There you go. And we are going to go ahead, and it looked like there was Paula in the graveyard. And we're going to go ahead and snag the Summer's checks. So, Sanctuary-wise, JSR is technically in the lead. 2 Sanctuaries to none. Daniel does have progress-wise. He's been a little bit farther. He's had a little bit more mileage, so to speak. So... It'll all come out in the wash, as we've always said. I think since week 1, Gygus and by extension Magicant is kind of the equalizer of all runners. You could be ahead until you hit Gygus, and then you just eat it. Gygus will get you some thunders.
So I think actually that zombie paper call was pretty valuable. We don't care about zombie paper at all, except now we know who has it, and we learned that it is, what's his face, Maxwell. So Magnet Hill is like way later in logic. We're probably not going to see Magnet Hill. We're probably not going to see the signed banana this seed.
Very nice. So, winning conditions for the flag set. Good question, Wild Wolf. So the winning conditions are 4 Sank and Gygus, plus the 2 alternates. 5 Sank Magicant and 6 Sank. Thank you for calling that as well in chat, Leslie. Appreciate you.
JSR with the butts. I'm proud.
Gotta have it.
So all right. Yeah, the long adventure. What does it get us?
It gets you nothing. Summers would be the ultimate oof. Foresight.
Oh,
okay.
Foresight.
That's not bad. It's not bad. We only have roughly about 2 checks we can do with that. Moonside and the Desert Moles. So, knowing that Magnet Hill might be a little bit later, especially with Maxwell having zombie paper, thank you for calling that out, Ori. It looks like Moonside or Moles would be it. I tend to lean towards Moonside, to be very honest.
I mean, Moonsight's just closer, so that's probably what I would actually wind up choosing. Daniel's done like no combat checks so far, so he can start off with the now seemingly easier arcade.
They will be getting the carrot key as well. Getting a healing spell that can revive is great benefits to the 20% PSI. So we will be learning things a little bit faster. And you gotta love it. Because it's not often that we get to see the heal spell that can revive.
Yeah, Gamma's definitely a rare sighting in these, let alone healing Omega. We've got Pooh. We'll probably see it. Will he be able to afford it? It costs 42.
You get to look at it. What did Carpenter Shack Kid have?
Buffbird?
Yeah.
Buffbird gave us... Shoot, I clicked it. What was it?
UFO.
Was that yeah.
Ooh. Is that going to come? Is JSR going to have to take the long walk to Peaceful Restful for UFO Engine to go to Summers to get Foresight?
It's not forced yet. I don't think either runner's fought Everdread, have they?
No, neither one has. Interesting.
Yeah, so that, I think, is the check to look at still.
True. And I think at this point, that might be where JSR goes. If my tracker is accurate, which spotty reputation on that one. It's either Everdread check or they're taking the long walk. So it's smart to go ahead, do the long walk, or go ahead and do Everdread and contemplate the long walk. I don't think you come out behind on Everdread.
JSR's getting a little bit of equipment for Paula. All right.
Tolmar, that's terrible. Add a check that requires the bird. That's terrible. When can we expect it? The Plague Rat of Doom. Now,
You just show up to an extra house in Dalam with the bird. He's like, "Oh, thanks for bringing me here, buddy." Pats you on the back. It counts as a sank.
Oh, that would be kind of cool, to be very honest.
Yeah, kind of like we discussed before. Daniel's opting for Moonside before Mole's Cave.
If you know what you're doing in Moonside, it's not so bad.
In different seed settings, I'd say you get a bunch of presents to check, too.
Truth. So that rat looks like they might have been slightly outside of logic, but what item they give could change the routing just a touch.
Oh yeah, look at those items. That's the tippy top of what we're gonna see. Hyper Beam, Mr. Baseball Bat.
Yeah, might as well snag what you can. So what's the rat giving us today?
Eraser. Cool.
All right. JSR is gonna take that long walk.
I was gonna laugh if it was the signed banana.
That would feel better once you get the UFO engine than to go to Summers, to take the cake, to go to Foresight.
Yeah, but you'd know it's the 8th Sanctuary.
True. Ooh, that is true. Okay, will Daniel get the text skip So for the, it looks like they're going for it, and it looks like they got it. So for those who don't know, in that room, if you walk all the way down and you touch the very bottom pixel, and you walk along that wall and out the door, you skip all text boxes associated with the Invisible Man. Saves a lot of mashing.
It also turns off spawns for this little walk. Arguably, maybe not totally glitchless, but we allow it in glitchless runs, so it's valid.
I don't know that I knew that it turned off spawns. I'm blown away by that, to be very honest.
Yeah, it was a whole thing like a couple years ago.
I think it was either Charles who taught me that, and I was like, no, that's what is this magic you're teaching me? So
basically, we said it's still legal as long as you don't abuse the fact that spawns are off.
Fair. So what is the monkey going to give us outside of Moonside? Oof.
There it is.
Oof. Okay, here's the question. It's in logic. Yes, you're getting the... Well, Daniel's got a couple options for sanctuaries. They've already done Giant Step. So they're looking at Pink Cloud. That means... Actually, technically, he has four. They have 4 sanctuaries.
They do have 4 sanctuaries, and they have Apollo and the meteorite piece. So Gygus is on the table. And the path to a 5th sanctuary... it's not immediately clear.
At this point...
You know you're not getting that out of Magnet Hill.
No, certainly not. At this point, it would have to be through Molehill. Unfortunately. So it strongly depends on how you feel about taking on Gygus with low items.
Yeah, you are not going to find good pendants for Gygus. So that's tough. He could still see what the Saturn gives you. If I forget where OK pendant falls, but if it was there, it might still be doable.
Looks like JSR is going to go ahead and take care of Low Footsteps. Not a bad decision. Seems like we're probably not going to be coming back. Certainly not for a buff bird. So they are now all tied up sanctuary-wise.
OK pendant is Dusty Dunes level, so that's the tippy top of what we could see. So we're probably not going to see it, but it might exist somewhere in the seed.
It's a non-zero chance that we see it.
Yeah, so that makes for an interesting play. Because, yeah, there's a clear path to Gygus. Where does 5th Sank come in? Not obvious at all. But Gygus is really risky. So what do you do? That is a tough question. If you get Gygus and go for it and do it first try, you probably win the seed.
True. That is true. And Daniel is about to find some deep sadness with Eraser. No one wants to see Eraser, especially not having bubble gum.
Look at that Freeze Omega. Flash Omega only has a 3 in 8 chance to insta kill. I mean, do it if you're bad, but I probably would.
I mean, it's a 3 in 8 chance. It's not a 0% chance.
Just to see the PSI animations nobody ever sees.
That's true. Ooh, we got Master Teeth on screen. The boogie tent. And boogie tent is down. Easy. So while they're both back tracking over each other real fast, we're about 30 minutes in, so just want to go ahead and give you a reminder. Go ahead and follow these runners. They're providing some excellent racing, some great show of skills and route divergence. Go ahead and drop them a follow, especially if you like PK Scramble content. And also don't forget to drop a follow for Ori as well. Does super awesome PK Scramble content as well.
And follow Derrick. You don't have to follow me. I never stream. Don't do it. Go follow Derrick. Or Tolmar. Tolmar streams about as much as I do, though.
It looks like we're going to Summers. So here's the question. JSR has banana right now in pocket. No, not yet. I'm sorry. JSR does not have banana in pocket. I'm sorry. I was thinking about deferred check. Ignore. It's fine.
Ignore me. Is Mines what continues on? Mines must be what continues on.
Mines has to. At this point, the only things that they have the opportunity to even do. So this is not what's going to provide any progress, but what they can do is going to Scaraba, pointless, can't do anything there. Going and doing Magnet Hill. Magnet Hill only provides a sanctuary and the zombie paper, which we don't even need. So the only opportunity they have to get any progress is from Dusty Dunes. So the question is, what do you get from Dusty Dunes? So the options there are Franklin Badge to go do Carpenter, Bubblegum to go do Winters, the Monkey Invitation to go do the Monkey Mines, clearly, the Diamond or the Yogurt. So there's a couple of items they can get. Some are better
or
than
Fly
others.
Honey.
That is true.
Or the hieroglyph copy. It really could be anything.
It's true. So there's only a couple of items that it couldn't. That it can't be. Let's put it that way.
I think if I was in their shoes, I think I would go to Dusty Dunes and talk to the guy outside the mine and see what it is. And if it looks like it's going to be some grand adventure, I guess I'm throwing myself a Gygus.
Truth. Well, so at that point, if you throw yourself against Gygus, you've got to do Magnet Hill first. So is that something ready to do?
We got Freeze Omega, we got all kinds of garbage. They can probably figure it out.
Brain shock every phase, if you can afford it.
Well, I think both runners found that stash of brain food lunches, so that's really the big find.
True. But I think brain food lunches would be super useful if we did have Jeff. And here's my logic. Paul's got to pray. Ness is probably going to be on healing. Pooh has got to do brain shock, so you'd have to do brain shock every other to heal in between.
Daniel saw the tiny ruby in the mines and said, "No, I'm not doing it."
Not today, thank you.
Ooh, that's a question. I know we saw the dialogue on JSR's screen. I don't know if Daniel actually knows that the zombie paper's down here.
That's a good question.
So I don't know that this is the I'm going to throw myself at Gygas play or the I'm going to go see what's down here play.
Ooh, it honestly could be either one.
And before I read the clue wrong, too, and this is not zombie paper. It did go by pretty fast. That'd be funny.
That would be the counterplay right there.
You fools! How dare you listen to commentary?
It was actually very useful. It'll be that mind-blowing moment when we realize, oh.
It is on logic, it's 4th Sank. I still kind of thought it would be 5th.
Ooh. That's interesting. Well, both of these runners are really equipped. They're skilled enough. They have the skill pool to do Gygas. I would imagine at this early. Like it's been pointed out, we have higher PSI than we normally ever have. So, in theory, they could.
Especially with the revives on kids, too. Like, the PSI, the healing, it's not nearly as dangerous as it often is. True. It's just that you don't have pendants. That's the downside. Well, yeah, okay, it was zombie paper. Whew.
I was a little terrified, too, to be very honest. JSR's taking the same play.
Nobody found like a sweet stash of repels. They might have one. I don't recall.
We have one from Wrecked Skyrunner and Cave of the Past that I've seen. McGurk's saying we have a couple. Okay.
Yeah, Ness has 2. It looks like. Two is good enough. It's not great, but you can make do.
It's better than a sharp stick in the eye. So at this point, Daniel's just going to go straight for Saturn. Yep.
Kirk thinks JSR has 3. It's hard to tell when it's going that fast and I'm not the one doing it, whether it's there or it's like not, the drawing hasn't completed on the screen yet.
So the good thing is right now, just pointing it out, we've not found the Franklin badge. So I would venture to say that Thunders are off the table.
That Mr. Saturn does have okay pendants. That's huge. Gygas is totally doable.
There we go. Falcon, okay pendants, and secret herbs. We've seen this race come down to secret herbs. So, yeah, go ahead and do the full send. Yep, that is what we are doing. So here we like to do a little bit of a game. Who is Gygas' assistant? Could be
Kraken.
Kraken is off the table.
Kraken. It's always Kraken.
So it looks like we have quite a few bosses, honestly, that it can be. Leslie saying Pokey and saying Dread, Starman DX, McGurk, get out of here with that evilness out of here. We all know it's Frankenstein the Third. See what you've done? You've made people say Kraken. Starman Juniors? Okay. We got quite a few in here. I love the spread. We've definitely got some favorites. I will like to point out, for me, it's either got to be Frankenstein Mark II or Mini Bar. They have a special place in my heart. Just because it's so funny watching unfathomable evil hanging out with a mini pile. There, we have dropped the mythical peanut cheese bar that actually has saved a run.
It's actually a pretty good healing item. It's also actually fairly tasty. Like, think of those. Have you ever had those? Like the little like cheese crackers with the peanut butter in the center? Like, those are great.
I always thought they were a little too dry for me, but my life doesn't depend on it.
Yeah, you could maybe find like a little more oily peanut butter. That might help it a little.
Who is our assistant today? Ooh, car painter.
A classic.
You gotta love it.
And a rude one to find here. He'll use lightnings, so you'll lose your shields. Looks like Daniel's just going to try to do a ton of damage and sort it out after. Which is really important. You'll lose your chance. He uses PSI shield. Yeah, you have to, actually.
True. Unknown, I will ask a friend that I know from the UK about peanut cheese. I'll do it. So that was not a bad phase 1. That was a quick phase 1.
Yeah, you have to play it that way, otherwise you're in big trouble.
Truth. Ooh.
For just a moment, I thought we were going to see Life Up Omega.
Sleeping on Nest is never great. Moving to phase 3, however, is. But I'll point out Paula has 40 HP right now. Which is not great.
Nice. Daniel opting for the just waste around to get the heal off for sure. Dinosaurs.
Run validated, Ori? Run validated? Oh, rando validated. Now,
Heck
if we can get the for-profit doctors in here, I'll agree. The Sanchez brothers. Ooh, you don't see them very often.
There was a siege somewhat recently that I tried to actually do that little mini game with them, and I got robbed, and it rolled off of like the winning thing at the last second, and I've never been back.
Paul, gotta heal Paula real fast because Paula is dead.
Yeah, I get not just letting it go and.
Uh-oh. Secret herbs didn't work. Paula is alive, though.
Alright.
Okay. We're looking a little better.
Yeah, I mean, that's how this prayer sequence is probably just going to go. 162. It's like I got thunder.
It's the moles. Or one of the prizes repels. Oof. This is not super great. Yeah.
For the record, for those playing at home, Healing Gamma has a 1 in 4 chance to not revive a kid when used.
Ooh. This is heavy hitting. Okay. So Tomar saying it spoiler says Tiny Ruby and badge to actual progress. If you lose here, right? Gigas takes you out. You know about go to Mole Cave and go, you know what? If it was this if Gigas was this mean to me, Gigas is this mean to my opponent. Hopefully.
Oh, see, that's a good way to think about it. I would have been over here in the sunk cost fallacy. Like, no, gotta do it. I started it. I gotta do it.
Admittedly, so would I, to be honest. Because you're burning through brain food lunches. It's tough. Or do you just pray every round and just revive every other? Polestar kids. Okay, we're climbing up that hill. Bit by bit, we are pushing the boulder up.
What did I say it hit for? 184? I thought Thunder Alpha capped at 180.
Okay. We have 2 more prays. We're down to 1. It's not over till it's over. All right. Let's go ahead and start getting some GGs in chat, because DanielRGT will be finishing here pretty quick. There's not really a chance that JSR will ever catch up. They will not overtake. So, GGs for DanielRGT. We'll be getting the dot done here in just a moment. And I would like to point out, I once again have lost all of my channel points. I cannot win my channel points back, and I am sad. This is why you don't go on. Look, Leslie, that's the smart thing to do, but I figure why not?
No. If you want all your channel points, what you do is you hop into the channel, winning your race, and then bet on the other person and then lose. And then we'll have to come up with rules around channel points and racing.
There you go. DanielRGT has officially finished with a time of 46:45. Congratulations, Daniel. GG.
Where was the stupid Franklin badge?
It was in logic. Apparently, according to Tolmar, if you did Tiny Ruby in the cave, that led to the Franklin badge, and then you were supposed to do Gigas?
I had considered doing Tiny Ruby because I'm like, if this gets Pack of Bubblegum, I can do Winters, and like the longest part is the Tessie cutscene, but I have Pencil Eraser, so I don't have to go through Brick Road at least. And I was like, I feel safer. Thankfully, the shop had okay pendants. But as soon as I was like feeling really nice about Gigas, and then a Thunder hit Paula for like 150, and I'm like, this game sucks. What is this happening?
Oh, that is a disgusting pass. Tolmar was right. Yeah. So that Tiny Ruby went to a yogurt machine? No, it went to Franklin badge, which went to yogurt machine.
Oh my
That's
god.
gross.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't do that then, and I'm glad I got through Gigas. But if I definitely would not have been able to do it if I didn't steal 10,000 braid food lunches.
That's true. That is absolutely 100% true. That was a really tight race, though.
Yeah, I'm looking at JSR. They're only about a minute and a half off of me. It's really fast seed.
That it was. And I believe you both had the same meme.
Yeah, JSR wants to keep it as fair as possible. So JSR asked me ahead of time, what are you going to put?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
He didn't flub up that input either. That part's fair.
But man, my Gygus was rough.
Yes, it was. Heal and revive, and heal and revive.
I mean, I could have potentially like healed Paula and not done brain food lunches on Ness, but I'm just like, I figure actually I could probably get through this fight, even if she keeps dying, as long as she can get a prey off. It seemed worth it to me, and then Gygus just finally gave me some nice RNG. What's up, JSR?
There you go.
What's going on? GG, Daniel.
GG.
I thought I played really well. I mean, this is kind of a linear seed, but man, that was a fun one though.
So, has been discussed.
Did you get the Franklin badge?
I did not get the Franklin badge. Where was the Franklin badge?
Apparently, it wanted us to do Mole Cave, which had the Tiny Ruby, which, if you went to the Tiny Ruby, then that gave you Franklin badge. And then it was like, now go do Gygus. Which made no sense. It made no sense. But as soon as Thunder started hitting me for like 150, I'm like, this is a lot scarier all of a sudden. I was feeling really confident about Gygus until that happened.
Mom, I had to come home. I'm not having fun anymore.
Yeah. I had a very short moment of panic during the Gygus fight when he wiped out Ness in phase right at the beginning of phase 2. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I have every psychic power in the game. This is easy.
Yeah, that definitely helped. Because I stole a bunch of brain food lunches in Happy Happy. And so I kept using Healing Gamma to revive Paula. And then using brain food lunches to get my psychic points back so I could keep doing that. I had to do it like 4 or 5 times in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. And I'm glad we got a chance to race again. And
yeah, it was really close too.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see the rest of this thing, man.
That was excellent. As always, I'll point out, you should go follow these racers if you are enjoying some PK Scramble. They will definitely be doing some more, absolutely, as DanielRGT will be moving on in the brackets. And be sure to follow my lovely co-commentator, Ori. Appreciate all of you for everything that you've been doing for the tournament as a whole, and for all of the skills you have been displaying throughout. So, Tolmar did ask the question, when is the next race? Thank you for the loaded question. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. EST, same time as tonight's. And it will be against Andy and Sarah. Once again, this is going to be part of the Danger Bracket. So one of them will be going home. It will be using the same flag sets as well. Any other comments, statements from either one of you? Or Ari?
Well, I mean, I definitely wanted to thank Jay Tolmer and all the folks behind the scenes that have been putting this together. I joined this kind of at the last second, me and my buddy Lilo and Fred and a few others, and I'm really glad I did. This has been one of the more fun tournaments I've been a part of in a long time, and gosh, I love this randomizer. It's just so good. And I wanted to thank you all for doing all the hard work behind the scenes and all the folks in the community. This was a blast to be a part of, and I look forward to the next one.
Agreed.
And I also want to wish good luck to you, Daniel. I'm a heck of an opponent, and I wish you the best of luck going forward in your next match.
Thanks, JSR. It was fun to race you twice. We're 50-50 now. We're going to have that third match at some point, just to decide who the ultimate.
Lilo and I were talking about doing an aid sync just for funsies now that we're out of the tournament. So maybe after you either go all the way or whatever happens, we can get a little fun race on the side just for the heck of it.
Yeah, let me know.
That will be one heck of a race right there.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Ori, got anything else before we call it for the evening?
No, not really. We're getting close to the end of this tournament, so we might be announcing some stuff about another tournament coming up soon-ish. TM. I don't think it's quite put together yet, though. It won't be Scramble quite so soon after this one, though. JSR, I hope we see you do more Scramble. I look forward to those streams. Not that I don't like your other streams, but I like Earthbound.
Earthbound has a place in all our hearts, and it's probably my favorite game of all time. I really enjoy it. And this randomizer is so good. I mean, I've done a lot of randomizers, and this is one of, if not my favorite. It's so good.
Agreed. Hard agree there.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think that is going to do it for tonight. Be sure to tune in one more time. What do we say? Tuesday,
at
tomorrow?
9 p.m. EST. Yeah, Tuesday, 9 p.m. EST. Convert that to your local time. Or join the Discord and it'll be announced as well. There's a plug for the Discord. And like I said, it'll be Andy versus Sarah.
Can't even be mad about it. I'm honestly
I am looking forward
not
to that
upset
race.
that I...
Yeah, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST, and convert to your own. Other than that,
Thanks for watching.
There you go. AC, you did miss it all, unfortunately. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I don't know where we're taking this, if we're taking it, but we will see you all tomorrow.